Namaste, yogis. So this is a therapeutic module working on the upper back, opening the chest, and the shoulders as well. So we're just going to start with a little movement to help warm up the joints and tone the muscles. So we're going to be working with a mudra. Again, a mudra is a hand posture that's meant to generate a certain kind of energy, a certain quality of energy. And so working with the bear claw mudra. So you're going to fold your fingertips in so that they touch just across the tops of your hand, or tops of your palm, and tuck your thumb in. You're going to do that on both hands. All right, so you got your little bear claw mudra. Extend your arms out to the side. So right now my thumbs are pointing forward towards you. Move your arms in the direction your thumbs are pointing. So begin to slowly circle your arms forward. Keep reaching out through your knuckles so your arms are strong and straight while you move. You might start to bring your circles a little bit bigger, exploring the full range of motion through your shoulders. You might take your arms a little faster. There's a little bit of a drag on my camera, so I'm not going to move too fast, but you could move a little faster if you'd like to. And then slowly start to draw the circles back in until you come to stillness. Now, keep your bear claw mudra, but turn your palms up, so now your thumbs point back. Take your shoulders back. And now again, move your arms in the direction your thumbs are pointing. So now I'm going to circle my arms back. I might start small and gently start to grow my circles. Maybe start to build a little momentum. Again, I'm not going to go too fast for the sake of the camera, but you get the idea. And then slowly begin to bring the circles back in, gradually making your way to stillness. So you're not snapping the arms back into stillness, but making it a gradual descent or change. Good. And then release your arms down. So you might already start to feel a little bit of fire burning through the arms. That's good. Strong muscles protect joints, or strong muscles make safe joints. So now I want you to interlace your hands all the way down to the webbing and push your fingertips active into the backs of your hands. And now bring that strong hammock of your hands to the back of your head. So right at the bulbous spot of your spine, of your skull. So not down to your neck or the base of your spine, not near the top of your head, but right there in the back. Now gently push your head into your hands, push your hands into your head. And as you inhale, lift your chest towards your chin and extend your elbows out. As you exhale, push your chin to the chest and squeeze your elbows into your face. Again, inhale, open and lift your chest. And exhale, draw it in. So continue to move with your breath. Notice that my movement, or hopefully my movement, is coming mostly in my upper spine. So I'm going to turn to the side for a moment so you can see, especially when I'm coming down, bringing the chin to the chest, I'm not rounding my whole spine like cat pose. Instead, the rest of my spine is staying fairly neutral, and I'm just working with the shoulder girdle. So right around where your bra line is and up. So I'm going to bring the tips of my shoulder blades forward and my chest up. I'm going to keep my low spine long, pretty much exactly as it is, as I round in my upper back and gently pull my chin to the chest. Do maybe one or two more. And then next time your chin is down, keep it down. Again, you're not rounding your low back, only in your upper back. Let your elbows squeeze in and then push your hands into your head. Very gently push your head back into your hands. And I want you to think not just about shoving your chin down into your chest, but actually lengthening the back of your skull forward. So forward being away from the chest. And think of lifting the back of your heart up. Again, pulling the back of your skull forward away from your chest. And just feel that nice opening through your upper spine, through the cervical spine, the thoracic spine, which is right in between the shoulder blades. And then as you're ready, slowly push your head back into your hands, still having a little resistance in the hands. Just ease up on that resistance slightly so you can push the head back, lift your chest with your chin, take your skull back into your hands, and for more of a shoulder stretch, reach your elbows wide and pull your shoulders back. Again, let the tips of your shoulder blades move in, forward, and up through the top of your chest to increase that curl in your upper spine. And now breathe fully all the way into the top of your chest, those highest ribs. And then carefully release, come back to center. Release your arms down. So I personally like to sit like this when I'm doing this next stretch. If you prefer to come to a seat or sit up on a pillow or a blanket, by all means. But I do want you to sit close enough that you can bring your fingertips to the floor. So you're going to keep your right hand anchored and drop your left ear to your left shoulder. When I reach my left hand across the top of my head and hold on to my my right ear with my left hand, I'm going to pull my head away from my right shoulder. And by pushing my right hand down into the floor, I'm lengthening my shoulder away from my ear. So I'm stretching out this whole side of my neck here. And again, I'm not just pushing my head down, but I'm actually kind of pulling my head out away from the shoulder. Keep the chest up and the skull back. And then ease up on your pressure on that side and then bring your head back to neutral. Keep the left hand anchored this time. Drop your right ear to your shoulder. And this could be plenty. If you want to add a little bit more, you can use your right hand on your left side of your face to gently pull your ear down and then pull the side of your head out more towards your right as you anchor your left hand down to the floor. Again, keep the chest up, keep your skull back, and lift your chest towards your chin. For the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and ease up here, but feel free to hold any of these poses as long as you need to, or you can also repeat this video, do whatever you need to do. All right, now I'm going to do 2 more exercises, but know that that right there is plenty. Pardon me while I move you guys to a wall with me. So, make sure you have some space by a wall. Let me see how I can adjust this so that you can see what's happening. That should work. All right, so we did this one in class with Jen. So you're going to have your hand on the wall. I'm going to take my hand slightly behind my shoulder and bend my elbow. All right, I'm going to bring my left hand to my right ribs and pull my ribs away from the wall. So I'm twisting away from the wall. I'm going to keep the shoulder back and lift my chest up. And now this could be enough for keeping my hands actively pushing, not just resting, but actively pushing on the wall. I'm going to start to turn my toes towards the center of my room and pull my ribs with me. So I'm opening up the whole side of my chest. Lift the chest up, keep the skull back, and push in the hands. There's also a variety of the stretch where your arm is more extended, a little bit higher, but still behind you. And that's going to open up a little bit more through the inner shoulder and the lateral muscles, or I'm sorry, words are escaping me right now. But these muscles along your back right there. Trapezius, there we go. All right, so as you're ready, you're gonna untwist. So again, my hand is slightly behind my shoulder. I'm gonna keep my elbow bent, or I might straighten my arm, or you can do both. For the sake of time, I'm just gonna do this one. I'm gonna bring my left hand to my right ribs and slowly begin to rotate my ribs away from my shoulder, away from my elbow. And to increase the stretch, I might start to twist, walking away from my arm, away from the wall. Push my hand into the wall, keep the shoulder back, squeeze it in. And then lift my chest up, twist my chest away from the wall. Again, hold the pose as you'd like to. And then as you're ready, come out. So one more. So you might have heard of a pose called dolphin pose, which is your forearms on the floor and your butt kind of up in the air like down dog. So instead of doing that on the floor, we're going to use a wall as our floor. So we don't have to worry about the balance. We're not worrying about the weight bearing. We're just worrying about the upper spine. So I'm going to bring my elbows as wide as my shoulders and my forearms. I'm going to interlace my hands so my forearms create a triangle. I'm going to put my triangle on the wall. I'm going to walk my feet back just a little bit. So you might bring your shoulders all the way down like your hips, but I'm going to work with my chest a little bit higher than my hips. I'm going to walk my feet back just a little bit. I'm going to look forward towards the wall. So I'm looking into the space between my elbows. I'm going to squeeze my elbows in and push my forearms into the wall. And now, I'm going to toe my abdomen. So instead of like that, I'm not collapsing, but instead I'm going to pull my abdomen in around my low back, but I'm going to melt right in between my shoulder blades and drop the back of my heart, space between the shoulders, towards the floor. Think of lifting your armpits away from the floor, dropping your chest towards the floor. Armpits up, chest down. And then push your thighs back. As you're ready, slowly lift your chest, tiptoe towards the wall to safely release yourself out. Whew, that one feels really good. All right. So one more good one just to wrap it all up. You're just going to do a simple twisted child's pose. So from tabletop pose, bring your left hand beneath your chest and stretch your right arm across. Okay, let me push that back a little bit so you can see what's happening. So I'm going to snake my arm beneath my wrist and lower this ear and shoulder. I like to walk my hand forward, point your elbow up, and now begin to pull that top shoulder back as you reach your bottom arm across. Nice big twist. Think of pouring these ribs towards the floor. Lift these ribs up, drop the opposite ribs down, and begin to turn your chest toward the ceiling. Come back to neutral. Plant that left hand down. Take your right arm beneath the left wrist, drop your right ear and shoulder to the floor. Again, walk your left hand forward, point your elbow up. Keep your butt lifted. Waterfall your right ribs towards the floor. Lift your left armpit and your left rib back and reach through your right arm. And then after a few breaths there, return to tabletop. If you're still feeling any tightness or tension through your upper back or your lower back, I highly recommend ending with a few cat-cows, or just maybe one of these guys, anything like that, maybe a few side stretches or so, just anything to keep everything nice and loose, nice and open. I feel good. Maybe having some more space to breathe, enjoy a few deep breaths here, and then move on and enjoy the rest of your day.